Hey guys, it's Sims Australia and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new speed build. I hope everyone is enjoying the holiday season. I always find that the week between Christmas and New Year's is like really slow and boring and awkward and everything. Especially if you're on holiday because like the big excitement is over and then there's like another like sort of medium-sized excitement coming up, you know. I'm not a huge partier on New Year's, I guess. I'm more of like a house person on New Year's Day, or Hogmanay, New Year's Eve in Scotland is called Hogmanay. So if I say that, and you're like, what on earth is this strange word? That's what I mean. So yeah, I don't go out to like clubs or bars on Hogmanay. I'm more of a stay at home, have some people over, have fun at home, and then there's always really good TV on and you can have like little nibbles out and everything, and then there's always like in Edinburgh they fire a cannon and stuff like that when it's actually the bells, and yeah, so there's stuff to watch, so I don't go out on New Year's Day. So I feel like it's never, or Hogmanay, I feel like it's never as big of a deal as Christmas, but then this year Christmas wasn't like a big deal either because I was working, so it just like I still haven't seen my family yet. Well, at the time of recording this I haven't seen my family yet. Need to remember I'm actually ahead of schedule for the first time in a long time, so this video is pre-recorded. Yeah, so at the time of recording this I haven't actually seen my family yet, which is after Christmas, by the way. This year has been super anticlimactic. That's how my mother described it. Oh, has it been anticlimactic for you? Yes, it has. You know, obviously I don't have kids yet. I'm getting all weird. I don't have kids yet. So, and when this video goes out, I'll be 22 years old. So there's none of the like kiddie excitement around Christmas and Santa. It's just me, an adult, and you know, it's just me and my mum, so it's just not what it used to be. I think, like, you know, you see all those tweets and everything, oh, Christmas is still the same, it's just you're depressed. I don't know, I think it's natural because everyone I speak to about it is like, oh, that's just you're an adult now. And I get that because there's none of like the magic or the surprise behind it. I don't know. I have rambled for a very long time. My point is, I hope that you guys had a really good holiday season. I hope that you're still feeling relatively festive despite, you know, there not being as much going on at this time of the holiday season. But about the build, so I'm in Britechester and I'm actually over on the little town that is next to Britechester University, so this could technically have been student housing, I think, but it's not. It is not student housing. But I took from the two big ugly townhouses that were in the middle of Britechester, like the middle neighbourhood, and then I sort of did something weird over here. I didn't want the two townhouses on separate lots. I wanted to try and play with the idea of the two townhouses being on the same lot and you having to manage the two households almost. I think maybe I might be a mad woman or something. I think that could be quite difficult, but I think that would be a fun challenge. Especially for how I have designed the house. I've designed the house to be the houses to have like two very different people, and I've just skipped ahead of the landscaping there. That's quite typical. It wasn't actually, I didn't do very much this time. They have like a little fountain, and I searched debug so hard for those cars. So these people have cars, okay guys, and hedges. Oh, and I also found like the brick walls that you can see actually in the world of Britechester. they're in debug as well. So that's testing cheats on, and then bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. And then that gives you like a whole host of other objects that you can work with. And it's just a gigantic addition to like your usual object menu. And I just scrolled and scrolled and scrolled for ages, absolutely ages, until I found the cars and until I found the walls, basically. And I'm glad I did. I don't use the debug menu as often in my builds as, you know, other builders do, but I'm gonna sound really bad here, but I don't necessarily have the time or the patience for that. It's very time consuming, which is why when I was doing the landscaping I cut it out, because that would be like another hour and a half added on, like 45 minutes of that, just me looking for all the different things. Because see if you could like pin an item in the menu or something like that. Or even if you could do the dropper tool, which is like that tool up the top, the second one, where if you click on something it then takes you to it in the menu. You can't do that with debug items, so once you place something down, if you're placing multiple, you kind of need to stick right there, and some of them need sizing up and everything, and yeah. It's a big menu and it's easy to get lost in it, and I have not mastered it, so I take ages on it, and it would literally be you guys staring at screen for 3 minutes and it's like, oh, she's still scrolling. She's still scrolling. That would be your experience of the speed build. And I'd rather you didn't have that, because currently, at the point we're at in the build, I would still be scrolling. Whereas now, you're seeing me make this super cute little nook of a living area. So this place is like an open plan downstairs and everything. This side, I guess, this townhouse is designed for students. Okay, well, it's not designed for students, but the living objects that I've put in, like the clutter, the books and everything, and how I've designed the bedrooms, I have envisioned students to live in this house, this townhouse. It's not the same for the other one, which is where it gets a little bit interesting, I think. Like, it could be interesting for gameplay. But yeah, so I tried to put like a little communal study area down. The bedrooms are not big enough. No one up there has a desk, which again would be fun because you're gonna have to like wrestle with the roommates to try and see who gets time on the laptop, that kind of thing. And yeah, super monochromatic, blacks and whites and greys. And you know, maybe they're like, well, to be fair, they're in Britechester, so they could be art students and they could be like fans of minimalism, or architecture students that again like minimalist builds and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, I like the monochrome. I like the black and white for this. It's sort of like straight edged and clean cut, and that's exactly what I was going for. And I made sure, okay, I'm super bad for it, for forgetting curtains, and I made sure pretty much 99% of the windows in here gets curtains. I think the only ones that don't are maybe ones that are covered by things. So there's one in the kitchen where like the top half is covered, and Anyway, most of the windows in here, like in the living spaces, have curtains. And look guys, I showed you a bathroom being made. I never show you guys bathrooms. I cut out all of the landscaping, but I showed you a bathroom. I think that's like a good give and take here. I didn't show you any of the other ones. I don't think. Did I? No, I definitely didn't show you any of the other ones. I did the other ones off camera, but I showed you this one specifically so you could see how boring it is. Because I also can't get a good angle for it for the camera when I'm when I'm building it, because sometimes when I'm placing things on the walls, because they're small little box rooms, I need to like go right in and you're basically, all you're seeing is like one small blank space of wall, which is where I'm like, I'm going to put the toilet roll holder right there. So there's like, it's not interesting, because when it's sped up, you're just like, oh, that was a wall. Oh, what's happening now? Okay, it's done. So I just cut them out. And the hall space upstairs, excellent. I never make good hall spaces. They're always so difficult to decorate, but like a bookshelf, some plants, a little cushion, we're all happy. Okay, so we're actually into the bedrooms now, and I think I took a really good screenshot of this bedroom if you guys want to stick around for that, because I don't know, it's a super cramped room, okay? It's a really cramped room. The screenshot shows that. It's just like you get a real feeling for the room in the screenshot, and that makes me very happy. But yeah, so these places there's 2 single rooms, there's 1 double room, and the single rooms are teeny tiny. That blue one has access to an ensuite. This little pink and grey one does not. So there's like stages of living. So you've got your pink and grey one, which is a tiny little box room, which is nicely decorated, mind you, but no access to the ensuite, so the person in there has to go downstairs and use the downstairs bathroom. The one in the blue room has an equally small room, but has their own toilet and shower. And I end up using the university shower, so like just the one that's like stuck on the wall. So there's actually room, there's a shower, there's a sink, and there's a toilet in there, and they work. So that's excellent. And then there's a slightly bigger room on the left hand side, which was the left hand side, but there's a slightly bigger room that we're about to move into, and that is the double room. Okay, so it is cramped, it's a small double room, but you fit a double bed in there. Now I have this double bed up against the wall for this sim, okay, so that means that only one sim can access this double bed. Okay, you need to keep that in mind if you're doing gameplay, because I'm imagining it as it's a student, it's not a couple. This one is like private student housing, that kind of thing. But I mean, they get a double bed. Yeah. And the room ends up really cute as well. This one actually has space for like an ottoman. And yeah, I've tried to keep a lot of the furniture the same in terms of like they all have the same curtains and they all have the same like dresser and side unit, you know, the one with the little books and everything like that. And I've put like Discover University clutter around, you know, the uni books and all that stuff. And that purple bedroom did have an ensuite as well, like a full ensuite with a bath and a shower and clutter. But now we are into the second townhouse, and I wanted it to be different, so instead of it being black and white, I've gone like full beige. It's super beigey, like creams and browns and stuff like that. So I didn't actually expect to like it as much as I do. I think it works really, really well. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. It works in my opinion. You guys obviously don't need to agree. But I like it a lot. I really, really like it. And this one ends up being really cozy. This one is maybe being hinted at, but it is designed for a family. So this would be a 4-person family. 2 parent sims and 2 children. So that's where the gameplay dynamics come in, because I think it would be so cool to have like a normal working standard family next to student housing. And you have to like manage their dynamics, because they're going to end up not liking each other. And like if it was my gameplay, that's what I would have. I would have them like with a little bit of a rivalry or like an anger towards each other. But I can imagine the students being like super nice to the kids. So the kids are like, oh, I'm going to go hang out over there. And the parents are like, no, you will not. No, you do not go hang over at that frat house. And they're like, but they're all so nice to us. you know? Like, the students take the kids under their wings and the parents are like, enough of this nonsense. That's the story that's in my head, and I would absolutely love to play that story, but I can't. I have no time. I have no time for it, like, whatsoever, so it's just gonna have to go on the back burner of things that I want to do one day, and if I ever decide to do it on the channel, well, here's the speed build for it, guys. So, yeah. But I think you guys are maybe getting an idea that this layout is pretty much the same. So I'm thinking like maybe it could be rented accommodation, you know, where like you get to put your own twist on things, definitely, but in terms of like the skeleton of the build, like it's a mirror image build and the kitchen is all put out the same. Or it could just be like one of these like new build by franchised homes, that sort of thing, where they make like hundreds of little carbon copies of each other. So that's like the idea that I was going for. And this room, I really, really like it. I like the colours in it, and I think it's super gender neutral as well. There's like hints of greens and yellows and pinks and stuff like that, and I love that. I mean, obviously a blue room and a pink room, they're gender neutral as well, but like, because anyone can enjoy those colours and anyone can sleep in those rooms, but in terms of like, you know, your stereotypical heteronormative gender norms, like that sort of thing, that's, yeah, this one is a really cute mix. And also, I don't know if you guys just saw it, but I placed a cat like sticker on top of that poster, and I'm so in love with it. It's like, oh, the little kitties on the poster, you know? So just ignore me at this point. And then this is another bedroom. This is the small one that obviously does not have access to the ensuite because the layout is the exact same. So this would definitely be like considered the smallest room in the house, because it's just the box room and it doesn't have that extra space in the bathroom. But you know what? I think I make the most of it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think like the rooms are totally functional. They have an extra seat, they have their clutter, they've got their posters, they have their bed and their bedside cabinet. A lot of them still have a mirror, and they have their wardrobe. You know, what else can your Sims really ask for? They don't need a TV in their room, they have a TV downstairs, that kind of thing. So I think, yeah, the Sims would be happy with this room. So this one is the master bedroom for the family house, and I had to make sure like that bed is centered so that 2 Sims can sleep in this bed. So it would be for parents, like it would be a 4-family home in here and then 3 students over in the other one, and I think it would just be so much fun. And the beige and the grey in this, like the beige, the dark brown and the light brown 2-tone wood frame, like bed frame, and the grey cover. And guys, I can't talk today. To be fair, I did just wake up, but I cannot talk today, and I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that you've had to listen to this for 19 minutes at this point, because my builds don't usually go on this long, but obviously this is technically 2 builds in one. But yes, I'm just fixing like the outdoor area in here. I always forget to do back gardens. I always forget because I don't like them and I'm not good at them. Real talk. So it's just like a little seating area and stuff. And now we are on to the screenshots. So I've tried to show you like a screenshot of which townhouse it is before we go inside. But yeah, that is the build done. I'll shut up and let you enjoy the screenshots. If you like this build, could you please like and subscribe if you haven't already? Remember to enter the giveaway? Yep. And I will see you guys in the next video.